As a front-end developer, I have my Visual Studio Code open, and as you can see, the Webtistic plugin is installed. Let's begin by opening the project. Here is my source code. Let's say we want to make some modifications to one of the pages, say inventory page. We have our code here. Webtistic offers us the option to preview how our components look. So let's preview our component. As you can see, we have a sidebar, a header, and some tabs. Now, I want to add a table here below the tabs and perhaps a couple of buttons as well. Let's close this panel for now. Without Webtistic, I would have to code all of these things myself, referring to the documentation and cross-referencing multiple resources, a process that might take an hour or so. With Webtistic, I can simply go into the component palette. Here, we have a variety of different components available. You can also choose the base design system you are working with for fine control over the type of code you're writing. Let's see what kinds of tables we have. Let's say we want this type of table in our component. We would simply drag and drop this component into our code, which modifies our code. You can now review these changes. This is very developer-friendly code. Let's see how our table looks now. We have our table here now, but I'm not very satisfied with this. I want to make some changes. So let's open the Attributes panel. Here we have some commonly used attribute controls for the tables. Let's say we want to make the rows not selectable. Now we have turned the toggle off, and the rows are no longer selectable. Let's also remove pagination. Pagination is now gone. Your code is also simultaneously updating. Now, I want to add some buttons. Let's go back and see what kinds of buttons we have. Let's add this button here. Simply drag and drop this button. As soon as I drag and drop the button, the attribute panel for the button shows up, and I can see that the button has been placed on the preview. Let's rename the button to something more useful. Maybe something like import. Let's import one more button. Drag and drop. The attribute panel opens up. Change some properties. The preview updates, and the code also updates. Now let's close the attribute panel for now. You can also make changes in your code as you usually would. Let's say you want to change the alignment of these buttons. You would make some changes in the code, and now the buttons are aligned. In just a few minutes, I was able to achieve what might have taken an hour. That is the power of Webtistic. If you are interested to use Webtistic, go to the website link in the description and join the waitlist. Initial users will get a special discount on this. Thank you.